We bring you the morning edition of MBC News with me, Obile Kaisa. Our top stories. President Mutharika donates food packages to Muslim families in Mangochi to support them during the holy month of Ramadan. Government is strengthening its climate adaptation monitoring systems to protect lives and livelihoods from climate-induced hazards. And in sports, the Boxing Federation of Malawi is set to launch Inaugural Boxing League today. And now the news in detail. President Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika has donated assorted food items to over 400 Muslim families who are currently fasting during the holy month of Ramadan in Mangochi. Handing over the donation at the Mangochi main mosque on behalf of the President, State House official Arthur Masamba stated that the gesture is intended to support families and promote unity and solidarity within the community during this sacred period. Dave Umar reports.
Representing the President during the presentation of the food items at Mangochi Main Masjid, Arthur Masamba from the State House stated that the President's initiative is intended to assist families and foster unity and solidarity within the Muslim community during this holy month. He emphasized that this is not the first time the President has extended such support to the Muslim community, noting that he had previously made similar donations even while he was in opposition.
The President is very happy for this period, as you know. So it was good for the President to help the Muslim in one way or the other. In this way, giving them the food so that they can use after the Ramadan.
Speaking on behalf of all the Muslims in Mangochi, DBB District Governor Sali Ndala said the donation is timely as many families in the district continue experiencing food shortage. He, however, urged the community to desist from remarks saying the President is not promoting Muslims in the country while he has appointed several in high-ranking positions in government.
Baraka Machinga and Zomba.
One of the beneficiaries, Miriam Juma, extended her appreciation to the President for reaching out to many families as they continue observing fasting in the holy month. We commend the President for this gesture. It's not easy to find food to break the fast in the evening. The items included maize flour, cooking oil and salt. Dave Umar, MBC News, Mangochi.
The Department of Disaster Management Affairs, DODMA, has received 5 million euros, which is approximately 10 billion kwacha, from the government of Germany to support vulnerable households under social cash transfer as part of Lean Season Response in Mangochi District. Principal Disaster Response Officer Efford Kachigwada disclosed this at Mangochi District Council Stakeholders Engagement Meeting organized to update the public on the support the Germany government through KfW has given the department through the Ministry of Gender, Disability and Social Welfare. Francis Banda has filed this report, read by Owen Mavula.
As government, through the Department of Disaster Management Affairs, DODMA, continues to scale up its effort to support poor and vulnerable households across the country, the department has received a cash boost of 5 million euros from the government of Germany to assist beneficiaries of social cash transfer for the month of March. According to DODMA's Principal Disaster Response Officer, Efford Kachigwada, the beneficiaries are those who are already on the social cash transfer program, and each will receive 90,000 kwacha cash for the month of March. He said through the arrangement, social cash transfer beneficiaries will receive cash instead of a 50-kilogram bag of maize, and poor families who are not on social cash transfer will continue receiving maize for the month of March, the last month of relief food distribution for the 2025-2026 lean season.
DODMA is supporting households which are food insecure, especially during the lean season period. So we are responding to close to 4 million people who are deemed to be food insecure during this month. So as DODMA, we use the report to come up with a plan. So we have a 209 billion Malawi kwacha plan that we are using to mobilize resources. And using that response plan, we were able to reach out to our different partners. So we reached out to KFW through Ministry of Gender, who have responded to our call by supporting Mangochi District Council with cash top-ups to beneficiaries who are under social cash transfer programs.
During the meeting, councillors also disclosed that some beneficiaries of social cash transfer program are experiencing challenges with electronic cash payment arrangement. In response, Chief Social Welfare Officer at the Ministry of Gender, Disability and Social Welfare, Anastasio Matewere, assured the councillors that officials from the ministry, in collaboration with the network provider, will start identifying beneficiaries who are facing challenges to receive the cash.
We had about 5,000 something cases to solve, and by now, by last week, we have managed to solve 4,200 cases. And the other cases, we are going to deal with them beginning next Monday, just to make sure that as we'll be dispersing the money, all the beneficiaries are able to receive their entitlements.
Dodma had an estimated budget of 209 billion kwacha to deal with the food shortage for the 2025-2026 lean season, targeting over 4 million affected households identified by the Malawi Vulnerability Assessment Committee.
Vice President Dr. Jane Ansah has pledged continued support towards women empowerment initiatives in the country. Speaking during the International Women's Day commemorations in Lilongwe, Dr. Ansah described women empowerment as a fundamental right and a catalyst for sustainable development. Details in this report by Chinsisi Moyo.
The first Vice President, Dr. Ansah, on Saturday attended International Women's Day commemorations in Lilongwe, an event that brought together secondary school girls and accomplished women from various professions. In her remarks, Ansah encouraged women and girls to be bold and rise above challenging circumstances. She also said women and girls should take her appointment to the office of Vice President as a symbol of the President's zeal to empower women.
Our government remains committed to promoting policies and initiatives that support women's empowerment, protect rights of women and girls, and it creates opportunities for their full participation in national development and in the communities. Bomalatu potsogozerwa nda president atu a Professor Arthur Peter Mutharika. It pleased him that he should take a woman, me, and place me on the ballot side by side with him. He has set the pace for Malawi.
Miss Malawi, Tandi Chisi, also encouraged girls not to shy away from pursuing their ambitions and taking up space in leadership and national development.
As a dreamer myself, I always tell other young people to dream boldly and always believe in yourself, because you see, self-belief starts with the word self, because you cannot find it in anybody else but yourself. Because when you seek for external validation or when you're waiting for other people to believe in yourself, it cannot work.
One of the women who inspired the girls at the event, Dr. Ndifanji Namachanyondo, commended the Vice President for recognizing the importance of women empowerment.
The sky is not the limit. As we heard the Vice President, it's very important for us to have mentors and to always dream big beyond what our society is presenting to us. So I just encourage all the young girls out there, as we're celebrating International Women's Day, that go out there, find a role model, dream big and become anything that you're envisioning yourself to be.
The world observes International Women's Day on March 8 every year to celebrate the strength, resilience and leadership of women across the globe. Chinsisi Moyo, MBC News, Lilongwe.
The government of Malawi says strengthening systems for monitoring climate adaptation is key to ensuring that communities and ecosystems become more resilient to the growing impacts of climate change. This follows the launch of the Monitoring, Evaluation and Learning Framework for Ecosystem-Based Adaptation in Forests and Agriculture project, popularly known as MELBA, in Lilongwe. The initiative is being implemented by the Government of Malawi and the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO with financial support from Norway. McDonald Chiwayura reports.
Malawi remains one of the most climate vulnerable countries in the world, facing recurring droughts, floods, irregular rainfall patterns, and land degradation that continue to threaten food security and rural livelihoods. Government said the Mamawa project will help the country measure the impact of climate adaptation strategies and identify nature-based solutions that are working for communities.
The country, we need to be able to measure the impact of the adaptation strategies that we are taking in order to see how the nature-based adaptation strategies are helping our environment, how it is helping our soil, and most importantly, how communities are benefiting from it. From the nature-based solutions that are actually working for certain communities, the idea is that we upscale those in order to make sure that they have a huge reach in terms of making sure that they reach out to all communities across Malawi.
The United Nations Resident Coordinator to Malawi, Rebecca Dadonto, said strong monitoring systems are critical if the countries are to understand whether climate adaptation interventions are delivering results on the ground. Norway, which is financing the project, said the initiative also contributes to global climate commitments under the Paris Agreement.
This agreement will establish a monitoring, evaluation, and learning framework for ecosystem adaptation, Mamawa. And we believe that this agreement will strengthen Malawi's ability to plan, measure, and scale effective climate adaptation actions. And therefore we are providing $4.2 million to this project.
The Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO country representative to Malawi, Ali Said Youssef, said the project will help Malawi generate critical data and evidence needed for climate decision making.
Malawi would have the information and evidences. Malawi would have the requisite capacity. The national institutions in the country have the capacity to monitor ecosystem-based adaptation and use that information for learning and informing their policy. Ultimately, at a certain stage, the impact is to have a resilient community, a Malawian community, farmers, fishermen, and others that are resilient to climate change. That is the ultimate objective which is in line with the Malawi Vision 2063.
The project is expected to improve how Malawi tracks climate adaptation efforts and supports sustainable management of forests and land. McDonald Shwaila, MBC News, Lilongwe.
This is MBC News. A reminder of our top stories. President Mutharika donates food packages to Muslim families in Mangochi to support them during the holy month of Ramadan. Government is strengthening its climate adaptation monitoring systems to protect lives and livelihoods from climate-induced hazards. And in sports, the Boxing Federation of Malawi set to launch Inaugural Boxing League today. Welcome back. Minister of Education, Science and Technology, Brighton Saka, has urged the youth in the country to be drivers of development through various innovations. He made the remarks in Lilongwe during the finals of the 2026 Shift the Power Inter-University Debate National Championship. Mpatso Mataya reports.
Minister of Education Brighton Saka highlighted that inter-university debates serve as a great source of developmental ideas, awakening new means of translating and utilizing the country's resources for progress. He added that these competitions foster homegrown solutions, increase the capacity for human capital development, an essential enabler for the Malawi 2063 agenda.
I think what I found interesting was the training for critical thinking and being able to think on your feet regarding challenges that anybody can meet in life. Like I said in my speech, we don't rehearse life. Life comes to us as and when it wants, and we must be ready to deal with situations as they find us.
On his part, the organizer and chief executive officer for Tilitonse Foundation, Robert White, said the debate is aimed at putting youth at the forefront of decision-making on the country's future. He said that the organization will keep hosting such events to uplift youth and boost their contribution to national development.
So in organizing this debate, we wanted to bring the concepts of development to the universities, but again to the youth, so that as they grow up, as they go through the school systems, they understand what the world is offering, and they should be able to bring in ideas that should shape how development in our country should be pursued.
The Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Luana, emerged the winner of the debate competition after defeating the University of Malawi, UNIMA. Vice-Chancellor of Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Luana, Professor Emmanuel Kaunda, expressed excitement with the university's outstanding performance in the debate.
So it's very exciting to the whole university, and we're very excited, and I'm even going to announce that now from here, we're even going to give them a cash prize of 400,000 each, just to motivate them and to say thank you very much because you've put Luana on the map.
Later this month, the winning team Luana will participate in the finals of the Pan-African debate in Accra, Ghana, where it will face national winners from Ghana and Zambia.
Lilongwe Handling Company Lihako has handed over a waiting shelter worth 70 million kwacha to Chileka Health Center as part of its corporate social responsibility initiative committed in Chileka. Board chairperson of Lihako, Foster Mulumbe, made the remarks when he handed over the facility. Simeon Boyce reports.
Board chairperson for Lihako, Foster Mulumbe, handing over the keys for the newly constructed waiting shelter at Chileka Health Center to Blantyre District Health Office. Speaking during the ceremony, Mulumbe said Lihako constructed the facility as a contribution to the communities who live in the area they operate in.
Communities here are going to be assisted greatly because before the construction of this shelter, they used to wait for them to get treatment under a tree. And you know, Chileka is very hot. In October, it's always hot. And during the rainy season, it rains everywhere as well because this place is surrounded by hills. So we feel that it's going to assist the community to shed them away from the heat and also to shed them away from the heavy rainfall.
In her remarks after receiving the facility, Blantyre District Medical Officer Dr. Hawa Mtitimina commended Lihako for constructing the structure, saying it will reduce the suffering patients were experiencing when waiting for treatment.
As the District Health Office, we are very honored to receive this structure because all along our patients have been struggling. The space we are very limited for them to stay for quite a long time waiting for services here at the facility. So with this new structure that Lihako has supported us with, it's a plus to us. As far as patient care is concerned, we feel that our patients are going to feel safe, and the care from the start to the end will be a great plus to us as the District Health Office.
The facility has been constructed by Five Star Construction, and in his remarks, one of the directors of the company, Francis Mponera, says the structure is durable.
This project, actually we have constructed it mainly to the standards which are recommended standards, and we have done so. Actually it has been inspected. It has been inspected throughout the way we have been doing it. It has been inspected, and actually we want to assure everyone that this one is a strong structure, and to be there is a permanent structure actually.
Chileka Health Center receives over 40,000 patients every year. Simon Boyce, NBC News, Blantyre.
Democratic Progressive Party DPP Regional Governor for the East, Daud Chikwanje, says the party is the only beacon of hope for development and prosperous future for Malawians. He made the remarks in Mikongo Ward in Mangochi Northeast constituency during a whistle-stop tour in readiness of the March 17 local government by-election. Owen Mavola with a report.
As the countdown to the 17 March local government by-election for Mikongo Ward continues, the ruling Democratic Progressive Party DPP has stepped up campaign on the ground, drumming up support for its candidate Arthur Kunje. As part of mobilizing support ahead of the local government by-election, the party's regional governor for the East, Daud Chikwanje, organized a whistle-stop tour to engage with prospective voters. During the tour, the regional governor, in company of other senior party officials, urged all registered voters to come out in large numbers on 17 March and vote for the DPP candidate, saying he's the only rightful candidate who will help coordinate and initiate development activities in Mikongo ward. According to Chikwanje, only the ruling DPP government can unlock development activities in the ward and improve people's livelihood. He cited issues of food security, health and infrastructure development as some of the crucial areas the party's candidate will address once elected, as he will work hand in hand with DPP legislator for the constituency, Overton Imedi. On issues of road infrastructure, the DPP candidate Arthur Kunje pledged that once elected, he will initiate timely construction of Mangochi Mbalula Malombe Road, which is not only crucial for improving connectivity and mobility, but also plays a significant role in enhancing social services and services for vulnerable groups. The whistle-stop tours were conducted in Mtua Trading Center, Mbalula, and Dimu Ground in Mikongo Ward, Mangochi Northeast. Owen Mavula, MBC, Mangochi.
And finally, in sports, the Boxing Federation of Malawi is set for the launch of its inaugural boxing league today at the Bremat Multipurpose Hall in Lilongwe. Speaking ahead of the launch, General Secretary for the Federation, Drake Chitambo, says the league seeks to identify and nurture more youthful talent. Details with our reporter, Foster Maulidi.
The Federation's General Secretary, Drake Chitambo, describes the initiative as a big drive in restoring Malawi's boxing, which has been lacking sustainable competitions. Chitambo says the league will see boxing camps across the country daring to the ring for supremacy, where the best will be considered for different international competitions like the Commonwealth Games and the World Boxing Federation.
Our boxers will showcase their skills, which they were lacking game time. That hour has come. The talent which we are going to identify is going to be properly nurtured and will be used in various competitions which are available under the umbrella of World Boxing. We have World Boxing Cup, World Boxing Championship, World Boxing Futures Cup, and so many competitions in Africa, African Championships, for the Olympics, the Commonwealth Games. So the boxers' pathways where they can showcase their trade is now wide open.
The competition will feature a mixture of emerging and seasoned boxers, including international participants from the Democratic Republic of Congo, adding a regional dimension to the event. 10 bouts have been lined up on the launch, with Yohane Banda facing Jerome Petit from DRC in the headliner bout, while Arias Bonzo will face Enoch Kalabana from DRC in the main supporting bout. Foster Maulidi, MBC Sport.
Well, that item concludes this edition of MBC News. A reminder of our top stories before we leave. President Mutharika donates food packages to Muslim families in Mangochi to support them during the holy month of Ramadan. Government is strengthening its climate adaptation monitoring systems to protect lives and livelihoods from climate-induced hazards. And in sports, the Boxing Federation of Malawi is set to launch inaugural boxing league today. Keep up to date with our news coverage on our digital pages by scanning the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. You were with me, Opile Kaisa. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day.
Good morning, and it's time for weather forecast.